Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news all right. Guys, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the most significant shifts in the NFC West this season. Rumors are swirling that the Dallas Cowboys might be looking to shake things up, and it involves none other than CeeDee Lamb, their all-pro wide receiver. And if this deal goes down, it could have serious implications not just for Dallas, but for the 49ers too. So, let's dive into what's happening behind the scenes, what it means for the 49ers, and how this could reshape the entire division. First off, the buzz comes from some pretty reputable sources like Adam Schefter, who revealed that there's a leak from the Cowboys camp indicating that Dallas might be open to trading Lamb. Now, this isn't just some idle chatter. There's real substance behind it. The Cowboys, sitting at 4-5, are facing a pretty tight cap situation with around $6 million in space, and they're clearly looking at ways to rebuild or at least reconfigure their roster. One of their main focuses right now is their defensive line, which has struggled at times this season, especially with injuries and inconsistent play. Trading away Lamb, who's been a bright spot in their offense, seems counterintuitive at first glance, but if it helps them free up cap space and rebuild their front seven, it makes sense from a strategic standpoint. What's especially interesting is the timing. The Cowboys are in a kind of post-Williams injury crisis. With Williams sidelined, their offense has been less explosive, and there's skepticism about whether their current attack, which averaged around 23 points per game in the NFC East, can keep up in the long run. The trade rumors point towards the Cowboys trying to get a second-round pick in the 2026 draft and a fourth-rounder in 2027 in exchange for Lamb. That's a significant haul, especially considering Lamb's production this year. Talking about Lamb's recent performance, it's clear he's still one of the top receivers in the league. He's an elite route runner, especially on intermediate routes, with a PFF grade of 91.5 and an EPA of plus 0.48 per target. His yardage after the catch, YAC, is impressive at 5.2 yards per attempt, and he's missed only 15 tackles this season, showing how dangerous he is after the catch. His stats, 65 catches, 892 yards, and 9 touchdowns might not be mind-blowing at first glance, but when you break down his film, it's clear he's a guy who can take over games, especially in clutch moments. His route running is precise, with a 98 slot grade, and he's proven himself against top-tier defenses like the Eagles in Week 2, where he racked up 152 yards. Now, Lamb has a history of injuries, including a wrist injury in Week 6 that limited him to 76% of snaps. But even with that, his overall impact remains high. His ability to create separation, 3.7 yards on average, combined with a plus 0.52 EPA in the red zone makes him an invaluable asset for any offense. Plus, he's proven himself against elite cornerbacks, holding a route grade of 88, 2 against top-tier defenders like Slay. That's the kind of receiver who can change the complexion of a game, especially in the playoffs. But why would the Cowboys consider trading Lamb now? Well, the cap situation is a big part of it. Prescott's massive $58 million cap hit, combined with the need to extend other key players, puts a strain on their budget. And their wide receiver group has been inconsistent, averaging only 210 yards per game, which is less than ideal when you're trying to compete at the highest level. Some analysts are skeptical about a trade because historically, the Cowboys haven't been big traders, and trading a young, proven star like Lamb would be seen as a bold move that could weaken their offense. Meanwhile, the 49ers are sitting pretty with a 6-3 record and about $5 million in cap space, but they're also facing their own challenges. Their receiving core has taken a hit with Brandon Ayuk going on the PUP list due to ACL and MCL injuries, and there are whispers about Jalen Hurd and other receivers needing to step up. San Francisco's offense has been somewhat stagnant lately, averaging just 21 points per game, which is below what we've come to expect from Kyle Shanahan's high-powered attack. That's where Lamb could come into play. If the 49ers manage to acquire him, it could be a game changer. Imagine this. Lamb arriving in San Francisco, fully healthy, with his elite route running and YAC ability, boosting an offense that already has weapons like Deebo Samuel and George Kittle. His addition could elevate the passing game into a whole new level, especially in the red zone where the 49ers have struggled at times. His route running, particularly on intermediate routes, could help open up the field, creating more space for Purdy to operate. His ability to create separation, much like Stefon Diggs, would make him a perfect fit to complement Deebo and Kittle, forcing defenses to pick their poison. Furthermore, if Lamb joins the 49ers, the offensive dynamics would shift dramatically. The team could see a plus 17% increase in EPA per play, and their red zone efficiency could jump to about 62%. That's huge. Plus, his quick separation skills, about 2 yards per pass, would open up more intermediate and deep shots, making the offense more explosive overall. With Purdy under center, who's been improving in pressure situations, Lamb's presence would relieve some of the stress, allowing Purdy to make better reads and avoid sacks. Since sacks have dropped to an average of 2-3 per game, that's a sign of a more confident and protected quarterback, and Lamb's route running helps in that regard. In terms of the bigger picture, landing Lamb could give the 49ers a serious shot at the Super Bowl. The odds have already shifted from +3, 500 to +1, 500 for winning Super Bowl LXI, and adding Lamb as an X factor in the playoffs could push that even further. His ability to make contested catches, 11 so far this season, and his +0.50 EPA on separation plays make him a nightmare for defenses. Especially in the playoffs, where every yard counts, having a receiver who can get open quickly and make plays after the catch is invaluable. His deep threat ability, with an average of +210 yards on deep routes, would stretch defenses and open up more underneath options for Shanahan's offense. Now, let's talk about the division. The Seahawks and Rams are still lurking, but the 49ers are clearly positioning themselves to take a step forward. A move like acquiring Lamb would send a message that San Francisco is all in for another championship run. It's reminiscent of the trade that brought in Metcalf from Seattle, an upgrade that shifted the division's power balance. The Niners are already playing at an elite level on defense, forcing turnovers and limiting opponents' scoring. Adding a receiver like Lamb would complement that defense perfectly, making the team even more dangerous. And let's not forget, the 49ers are also looking ahead to the postseason. They're already favorites in many betting markets, and with Lamb, their odds for winning Super Bowl LXI could skyrocket. Think about the potential matchups. If they face teams like the Packers or even the Eagles, having a dynamic receiver who can win contested catches and create separation in tight windows could be the difference between an early exit and hoisting the Lombardi Trophy. The red zone is where Lamb's skills really shine, and with Shanahan's creative play calling, that combo could be unstoppable. Of course, this isn't just about adding talent, it's about strategic roster management. The 49ers have shown they're willing to make bold moves when it counts, whether it's trading for a key player or adjusting their game plan mid-season. Lamb's potential arrival would be a statement of intent, showing that San Francisco isn't just content with their current success, but is aiming for absolute dominance. And for the fans, well, you know how much we love a good mid-season splash. So what's next? Well, it all depends on how serious the Cowboys are about this trade, and whether the 49ers can put together the right package to make it happen. Given the talent and potential upside, it's a move that could pay huge dividends, especially if Lamb stays healthy and fits seamlessly into Shanahan's offense. Remember, this is a league where a single acquisition can turn the tide of a season, and Lamb's profile suggests he's exactly that kind of game changer. In conclusion, the potential trade of CeeDee Lamb from the Dallas Cowboys to the San Francisco 49ers could be one of the most seismic moves of this NFL season. It's a bold move that, if completed, could elevate the Niners to new heights and make them even more formidable contenders for Super Bowl LXI. Fans, get ready for some exciting weeks ahead, because this story is far from over and the stakes couldn't be higher. The NFC West is always a dogfight, but with Lamb on board, the 49ers might just be setting themselves apart and making a statement to the entire league. They're here to stay, and they're gunning for another ring. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the San Francisco 49ers. Do you think Lamb would be the perfect fit? Are you excited about the possibility of him joining Purdy in the offense? Or do you think the Cowboys might hold on to him? Whatever you believe, let us know. We love engaging with the passionate 49ers community. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news. Remember, this season is shaping up to be one for the history books, and with the right moves, the Niners could be lifting that Lombardi trophy again. Let's go, 49ers.